What's up, everyone? I'm back at y'all to another video. Now, this is a part 2 to my horror slasher movie collection. Now, I'm a huge horror fan, and of course, a lot of y'all may know that by now, and stuff. So I got a lot of slasher movies, a lot. So yeah. Now, first up we have Wrong Turn 6 movie collection. I don't have the new one. Because I can't find it anywhere in my stores, even though I watched it off Redbox. So I ended up watching off Redbox. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, Wrong Turn 6 movie collection. And then I have Nightmare on Elm Street 8 movie collection of the original Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Freddy Krueger is not my all-time favorite. He's an okay horror icon. You know, he's iconic, of course. He's definitely iconic, and stuff, because he is a lot of people's favorite. I wouldn't mind seeing another Nightmare on Elm Street movie, because it would be scary as hell to see another one in the theater, because these movies would be a fun type of movie to watch in the theater, especially a new one, you know. Next up, we have a Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I know a lot of people hate this one. To me, it's kind of underrated. I know they did some mistakes in the movie. Some of the writing issues were just stupid, but yeah, I thought they went back to the horror roots of the first movie, of Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, there's something that they did a mistake with in this movie, but it's still a pretty decent movie. Next up is Trick. This is actually a really good horror slasher. If you haven't checked out this movie, I highly recommend y'all checking this movie out. It's a very good slasher movie. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Next up is Hellfest. I love this slasher movie. This is one of my favorites, and stuff. So yeah, it has some pretty cool kills, awesome characters. That's exactly what I want in my slasher movies. Next up is the Banana Splits movie. This movie has some awesome gory kills. This movie is just crazy. The kills in this movie was just top-notch greatness. Great gory kills. If y'all love gore, I highly recommend y'all checking this film out if you haven't watched it yet. Next up is Scream 1, 2, and 3. I love the first Scream. I love the second Scream. I love the third Scream. And I love the fourth Scream. I love all 4 of these movies. And I cannot wait for Scream 5 because I'm a huge Scream fan. Because to me, there's not even a bad Scream movie yet. There's not really a bad Scream movie. The third one's watchable. Even watchable. And I knew some people don't like it that much, but compared to other franchises, this movie's way better than, say, Seed of Chucky or Freddy's Dead or Halloween Resurrection. It's better than all those movies. So yeah, I enjoy all 4 of these movies. Can't wait for part 5. Next up is Stephen King's It miniseries. Now, I actually considered all the It movies, even the Bug, a slasher. Yeah, I consider these a slasher because there are some gory kills in the other ones. Like, there's not a lot of gory kills in this one, the cutaway kills, but there's still kills. So, to me, it's a slasher, and Pennywise is an icon. I consider him as a horror icon. So, yeah, Pennywise, he is iconic. Next up, we have the It Remake. One of the greatest remakes ever. You know, even the Child's Play remake's one of the greatest remakes ever. So, yeah, Stephen King's It Remake. What a great freaking remake. Who would have thought a remake would be this freaking fabulous? Like, this remake is just great. It's full of greatness. I love this movie. This movie I could watch any time of day. It has some awesome gory kills in it, you know, because Pennywise, he biting heads off and shit, biting arms off and everything. So yeah, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. And there's rumors that a third movie might come out, which is, I wouldn't mind it. Even though they already completed the movies with the book, or they completed the movies, yeah, by the book and stuff. So, and next up we have It Chapter 2. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I thought it was a fitting end to the It movies in a way, in this chapter. Way better than the It miniseries did. You know how that ending from the It miniseries, better way to end it than that. It's way better ending than the It miniseries had. So yeah, It Chapter 2. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. To me, like a lot of people said, oh, you don't get to see Pennywise a lot in this movie. Yes, you do. As a matter of fact, I think you got to see him more here. Like, if you don't get to see him more, you got to see him just as much as you did in the first one. You know, in the first remake. So I enjoy It Chapter 2 quite a bit. It's a very enjoyable movie. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, I enjoy this movie quite a bit. Next up is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. Now, I don't have the original, or I don't even have the second one either. But Part 3, it's an okay movie. I know a lot of people hate this movie. I thought it was better than what people give it credit for. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Next up is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first remake, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. I enjoy both of these movies. This movie's has some gory kills. I enjoy them quite a bit. They're like, I think these movies are more intense than even the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. So that's a bonus right there. So yeah, very enjoyable. Next up, we have the Texas Chainsaw. A lot of people hate this movie. I thought it was just okay. I thought it was decent, and stuff. So yeah. Next up, we have Leatherface. You know, the prequel. This movie, I didn't enjoy at all. I didn't enjoy this movie at all. I really didn't. Yeah, a lot of y'all might say, why the fuck you have it? Because like I said a lot of other times, I'm a movie collector and I collect movies, as y'all can already tell. Next up, we have Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, and of course Jeepers Creepers 3. I love Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are creepy and scary and everything, and then Jeepers Creepers 3, it had some good moments here and there, but overall the movie was just garbage. It was garbage, bad acting, horrible acting. In my horror movies, in any movie in general, I want great acting. And these movies didn't deliver on that. So, I mean, Jeepers Creepers 3 didn't deliver on that. Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 delivered on the great acting, but Part 3 had atrocious acting. I hated the acting in that movie, and most of it was boring too. Because I loved the first two. And I cannot wait for Jeepers Creepers 4. Hopefully, that turns it around. Next up, we have Candyman, the original Candyman. Now, this is the only Candyman movie I have, and stuff. I tried, like I remember going on Tubi, they had like Candyman 2 and 3. I tried watching the second one. I couldn't finish it because I didn't enjoy it, but I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. And stuff. This movie is a good slasher. He should be considered one of the greatest horror icons. Even though he isn't my favorite horror icon, he should be considered one of the greatest horror icons because he is iconic. So yeah, Candyman. Next up, we have Breitburn. Now this movie is a slasher, of course. This movie is like if Superman was a kid. What if he was bad? What if he turned bad? This movie's kind of like what ifs, you know, like what if this, what if that. So this movie does have some great gory kills in this movie. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Very enjoyable. It's very entertaining. I love the hell out of this movie. Next up, we have The Strangers Prey at Night. Now I have the first one, but the first one ain't necessarily a slasher movie. The first one's more of a house invasion movie. But this one is a straight up hardcore slasher movie. And this movie's very enjoyable. I love how it takes place in the trailer park because that's kind of creepy. It be in the middle of nowhere in a certain little trailer park. And I enjoyed this movie quite a bit because the kills are great, the characters were great. So yeah, this is way better than the original Strangers in my opinion. Because the original Strangers, I kind of fell asleep while watching it. This one, I was entertained from beginning to end. So yeah, The Strangers Spray at Night. Next up, we have Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You. Now, these are pretty much slasher movies. Happy Death Day, the first one, was more of a slasher movie than the second one, even though the second one does have slasher elements sprinkled through the movie. But the first one felt more of a slasher movie than the second one did. But both of them are still considered slasher movies. They're some of the best PG-13 slasher movies because barely, let's face it, you barely have any PG-13 slasher movies. Any, because it's a slasher movie. People want to see blood and guts. But Happy Death Day 1 and 2, it still had kills in it, but they were kind of cut away. So they're still considered slasher movies. I still enjoy these movies quite a bit. Next up, now speaking of PG-13 slashers, The Final Girls. Now, Happy Death Day 1 and 2 and The Final Girls, I think they're the only PG-13 slasher movies I've seen. The Final Girls, what a great slasher movie. Like, if y'all are slasher fans and you have not watched this movie, I highly recommend it. It has a great premise and it's great and fun, entertaining. This movie's a wild ride and y'all would freaking love it. If y'all haven't watched it and y'all ended up watching it, y'all will love it because it's a good slasher movie. It's a good slasher movie. And it is funny at times too. It's kind of a horror comedy and stuff. It's pretty fun. Next up is Bone Jangles. I thought this movie was okay. It wasn't the best, but I thought it was a decent enough slasher movie. I thought it was a decent enough slasher movie. Next up is 6-film set of Hellraiser. Now, Hellraiser is iconic. He deserves more credit. He deserves to be up there with Freddy, Jason, Chucky, and Michael Myers. You know, he's that iconic. So yeah, I enjoyed part 1, 2, and 3, even though this one didn't come with 1 and 2, but it did come with the third one, which is my personal favorite Hellraiser movie because you have more Hellraiser, you know, you have more Pinhead, and you have more kills throughout that movie. But yeah, he is iconic. I enjoy most of the Hellraiser movies, so yeah. And then I have Hellraiser Revelations. This is a decent movie. A lot of people will despise this movie, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. Next up is the Toolbox Murders 2. I didn't even watch the first one. I haven't even seen the second one yet, but I'm planning on watching this one soon. Hopefully it's good. So yeah. Next up is My Bloody Valentine, the original and April Fool's Day. I've been watching this movie a long time ago. I've been watching both of these movies a long time ago. I enjoyed both of these movies. And apparently they're working on a sequel to My Bloody Valentine. Hopefully that's good. Next up is My Bloody Valentine Remake, which is, I thought it was very enjoyable. Some great kills. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. So yeah, My Bloody Valentine. Next up is Freaky. It's the same creators from Happy Death Day 1 and 2. And I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It was funny as hell. Some gory kills. Top-notch slasher. I freaking love the hell out of this movie. So yeah. Freaky. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe and share. And also hit the bell so you know when new videos are uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I'm out. Peace.